some of these plays in the top side.
It's fine though.
Again,
the Jax being in this state, he's not that far behind in levels. All he needs is Divine Sunder.
Taking some damage from BDD.
All he needs is Sunder. If this was the flip side of the matchup, like the Jax was two kills and the Renekton was 0-3, it's over.
Going a little bit aggressive on his former teammate here. But he's just happily farming up these minions. Bit of a CS check. Culls have been completed. Aiming has sold his. We're going to also check out our featured matchup presented by Mercedes-Benz. It is, in fact, this bottom lane Aiming versus Ruler. Stats in favor of Aiming this tournament.
Is BDD good? BDD is having the year of his life. BDD is doing really good.
Games late enough for Ruler to really shine, I don't think. Dagda, that's kind of my opinion.
They also win in like one fight.
Yeah.
So like, how are you going to pump the numbers?
But that's the thing, right? Like we've even seen it in this game where it's like JDG
BDD is in like
on their top side of the map.
King Zone BDD form, you know.
Played through 369, played through Knight, and on this one again, 369 just barely getting the heals that he needs. Kanavi just getting the interrupts in time to keep 369 up. And now you've got this Croc that is very far ahead.
What does BDD stand for? Big Dick Daddy. Because he don't give a fuck.
Now as JDG.
And that's even with Cuz like going for the double permafrost Croc, right? Like really looking to get maximum damage there. And also with Keen flashing
the Dragon starts.
Crashdown, so
they have blue gun, which is good. Kanavi, are they gonna flash on Aphelios?
Towards the bottom half of the map.
Yeah, he's dead.
There's the knock-up onto Aiming.
Oh,
he's
he dead?
Does
no,
use everything, but does manage to escape. Lands there to help out.
Nice ult there to heal up a bit.
Well. Vigil, decent amount of damage,
I don't think they can fight this though, KT. Or maybe they can now. TP's coming in. No TP on Knight. Kanavi, no flash. They can take down the rail. Whoa, 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 KT. They can get Rakan flash maybe? They can look for Dragon. Ruler is still frying, yeah. Nah, they can't do Drake. Just reset. Look at top, look at top. Jax is getting plates. How? Renekton went where? To mid? To cover? Jax just got a plate. Oi, Knight! Too deep, maybe too deep. Can he kill? BDD? Oi! They traded flashes. Orianna for Lulu. Damn, Lehens. Playing an aggressive Lulu there, isn't he?
Trading his flash for Knights. I think that's a trade you'll take any time of the day.
Is Lulu maxing W?
With that Akali in a side
does she max W in these matchups?
Coming out, KT will want to pull out ahead.
It's also just a case of accelerating this Akali to a position where she can threaten these backlines. I mean, great ult coming through, but the follow-up from Lehens, making sure they keep Aiming topped up. The Moonlight Vigil with the heal to make sure that Aiming can then follow up. And Cuz,
wow, really well played skirmish by KT.
Even though Kanavi tries to
nicely played. You see Ruler Captain Jacking the Sejuani ult? Like the mechanics in these fights are crazy.
But it's just not enough. And Knight doing a bit of window shopping by the time he gets down as well. And only ends up burning his flash later on to try and follow up on the play.
Do see that JDG was able to.
They're losing Drake, so they're dropping Drake for tempo because Keen's TPing top. They're not gonna play for Herald mid or what? I think that's a mistake by Keen. He should stay on this Herald mid. They must be heralding mid, right? Yeah, he should have stayed. Actually, maybe it's good because Renekton has no TP. He can maybe get top tower actually. The Herald's gonna die though. So can Keen get top tower for this? That's the question. Because if he stayed, maybe they could have forced him back. I'm not sure.
It's all right. We'll see whether he can get the Rift Scuttler.
What's top HP?
I think Keen needs
he gets it. He gets it. Okay, not bad by Keen. Not bad. First tower to Keen. Jax has a gold lead now.
Successful Herald gets the turret.
I like your optimism.
Two.
It's actually
two.
Because for KT, whoa, that's a Mascot lane economy snapshot. I was gonna say KT, what? They've kind of answered.
There's the 2 in the mid lane.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. 2 what? Just 2?
Shouldn't there just be 2 of them?
2 of what?
KT's comp is really good for side lanes.
Yes, 2 of gold.
Jax, Akali, they're very mobile. Hard to catch. Orianna on a side lane can die easily, especially if she loses a tier 1.
That might be somewhat enthused by the current situation in the game. We don't count chickens.
Yeah, KT is very good at throwing games, by the way.
How often do they fall behind early?
KT is very good at being ahead and losing.
How often do they not pull the trigger?
Now, JDG's comp.
I will say, though, Knight might be in trouble here as BDD is there, but I want to highlight, like, I think KT have really prepped for JDG as...
Yeah, you mad?
That's going to work out. Missing is here, though.
Maybe he's dead, actually.
And we'll see
oh, BDD! Oh! Whoa! You're mad! They can hold this. No, they can't hold this. Can they hold this? Sejuani's here, but Akali's useless. They need to hit mid tower ASAP. They can't get it. What guns does Aphelios have? Can they murder this mid tower?
Yeah, kind of. Don't even Jonas Strong would be happy about that one.
Team took blue.
In the enemy jungle, I can see your face right now, Chronicle. He is not ready for this game to be a little bit.
Man, BDD playing really good so far.
He can't handle it. He doesn't know how to analyze this whole situation. I'm gonna have to commentate him.
I don't have as much experience as you.
Herald's fight is coming in soon, but BDD has. He can catch bot wave. They didn't lose bot tier 1. I mean, they will lose the tower eventually, but time is great.
Ended up getting them the turret. Ended up getting the flash. Or actually, turret is still stashing. Sorry, that's on BDD. But outside of that, as you're saying,
they're getting Herald while pushing bot.
From KT on the other end of the map.
Map is good for them.
More importantly, gains them control of the tempo on top side, lets them take over the enemy jungle and set up a second Herald. Maybe this one will actually hit something.
It also buys them time to scale. Like, Jax wants to try and get towards 2 items. Comes up, he's in a great spot.
He's gonna lose bot tower now, I think. Bot tower's dead. He shouldn't TP.
He's gonna be in a great spot when he gets to 3 items. Like, KT.
I think BDD should run out mid here, and they should Herald mid on this play. But Aphelios needs to base. The reason they should do that is because they should know that bot tower is gonna die, and then he can catch bot tier 2 afterwards. But they're gonna lose bot tier 1 for free here. I think if KT was a bit quicker, they could Herald mid now. I think they're realizing they can make a play, but they're a bit too late.
And it's also the way that KT dispatched
Aphelios is farming Raptors. Yeah, I can Herald top tier too. That's also fine. I don't know if they can kill this Renekton though. They got Orianna TP. Can they get out? This gets the bot tier 1. What could happen here is Renekton could base and TP bot. And dead. And they get double tape TP here, KT. So now Jax can TP mid. They can double TP mid. They have to fight. They have to go, Oh no, they just lost their double TP advantage. They'll get the tower, but I feel like they should get more. They got Zeri sums though for Drake in 40 seconds. Herald's kind of wasted though.
I mean, this is a good moment for KT though. You get your reset, you're looking at Dragon in 30 seconds time.
He needs to get the Drake quick. The big news is that Zeri has no sums, so the JDG can't fight this Drake, I think. Whoa, BDD. How did he know? Oh, there's a ward on the blue. So JDG's, like, if they're dropping here, they can cross map. But they're not dropping this. They're running the Drake. It's risky to fight Drake, you know. They have no ult on, no sums on Zeri. They could chunk out the Renekton. No. Wow, JDG is crazy if they're taking this fight. This is interesting because JDG, are they fighting this? They have to be, right? At the top, they're gonna lose top waves. Oh, 369 position. Could look for aiming, no flash, but he has cleanse. Oh, aiming reaction, nice. Lehens is out too. Oh, no flash. Big ult! Oh, aiming! Look at BDD on the side. They're all gonna wipe. They're gonna wipe them. They're gonna wipe them. They're gonna wipe them. They're gonna wipe them. Whoa, aiming and Lehens played that so good. Aiming and Lehens, holy fuck. They're quicker. Ruler didn't have ult or sums. What is JDG doing? They're so cocky. That's massive. Because not only do they win the fight and get bot tier 1, but top wave is bouncing. Look at aiming, reaction, cleanse, Gale Force to flash W. Lehens flashes the rel engage. Aiming holds it. He chills, he waits. Knight flashes over. Aiming then re-engage. Big ult. And now they have nothing left. That's perfect for Akali. That is perfect for Akali. That's why you don't go Stormrazor on Aphelios.
absolute game of inches in that team fight though, because if missing is actually able to get quickness over, especially aiming, but the rest of KT as well, that could just be a wipe straight up, and the game could just be
Holy
done.
shit.
That's sole point for JDG.
Okay, KT, don't fuck it up.
But not going to be the case here. Still 5,000 gold is the lead here for
Look at the
KT.
Kali. She went Rabadon second. Are you kidding?
Before this Nexus of theirs is going to potentially fall.
And one of the biggest pieces of criticism,
I mean, I said in draft, they don't have much peel for Akali. If Rakan is going forwards, what's their peel?
When you were still allowed to build, he's gone Death Gap second. He has one job, and that's to blow up whoever of
Jax is gonna base here. He's gonna get Shojin. He's gonna win side.
So he's wearing a hat, a belt, and some shoes.
Holy fuck, they're spiking hard now, KT. They should wait for Aphelios flash and start forcing a bit, I think. Because they have no flash on Orianna. Kaz, don't do your custings. Kaz, don't do custings. Kaz, don't do the custing. Don't do that. Don't throw the game. You're a fucking bro. Get back.
As this bear.
I think the biggest thing that lies for you
Don't
as
choke
KT
it.
is kind of what happens, right? Like you can see at the moment, right? BDD with this style of pushing in that top.
They get Jack spot push. They should play for Jack spot push because Renekton's gonna show mid here because they need to get vision. But Rakan only has one ward left. Okay. So Lulu can take a quick base here maybe, or they can try and stop JDG getting in. There's the last ward. That's it. They should see Rakan has no wards now.
They should be okay.
They should know Rakan has the base. Maybe KT can force Nash after this top push. They can go Nash and force now, and they can get Renekton CC because Jax can move up. They have a good sequence here.
Clearing out vision, and of course, this is the homework that you have to do when you're playing the 1-3-1.
Okay, Jax is hiding out of vision. They're not going to do it. He wants to
Otherwise,
catch
very,
Renekton.
very difficult to stop JDG from just taking that one. Moving down towards the bottom side, and if this Jax wins in the side lane, that is part of your win condition. So far, that is working out.
Now KT's playing a bit slow. Oh, they got Ardent though. Maybe that's what they were waiting for. That two item Lulu, Ardent. They also close the Dominic's, I guess. I mean, they do outscale. They're not in a rush.
Separate the likes of BDD from the rest of his team, so he has to back away and opening up the opportunity for Knight to clear these waves. I think that's your biggest vulnerability. Like Orianna into the likes of an Akali. I mean, we saw for T1 and Gen G, right? Like, how good was Chovy at catching things around on the likes of this Orianna? If you allow this matchup to actually go head to head, BDD's gonna smash Knight every time.
Big thing as well going in is that as we get deeper into the game, KT right now will be against Quavo that
Where is Chovy? Shut up.
really able to find a very clean way to
So BDD's gonna get level 15 and he has stopwatch.
Right? They had one misplay on
That's
top
big.
side, and then that kind of slowed the game down. One thing I'd be
Stopwatch
worried
really
about
good against
KT,
Orianna.
if they are forced into a 5v5, is that Ruler, as we get deeper into the game, is going to
The sequences have gone now. Now the sequence is more like about Drake. See that wave? Look at that top wave. Is BDD just letting it push? That's a fatty top wave. Knight is bleeding gold.
And then you're in a position where you can allow BDD to
He's gonna
extend
push it
far.
now.
You can get control over the Baron. And at the moment, Keen is totally fine. I mean, he's incredibly slippery.
don't care
You're not
about
gonna be able to
freezing.
catch him. So
He
that's
don't
why I think
care
you
about
have
freezing.
to try and focus on controlling this 3v3 in the mid lane. And at the moment, they just haven't
Oh, he's
quite been
ulting
able
Keen.
to keep Ruler from pushing it.
Oi, King.
Well, 369 losing out in this trade at the moment. The 0-3 Jax here from Keen. Certainly feeling pretty scaled at this point in time. Extendo Beam not gonna
Be careful,
find
KT,
Garcia
be
as
careful.
JDG desperate to get themselves
I think
in this
KT are
room,
really
try and get
horny for
some
pushing these
semblance
sides.
of control.
They shouldn't be afraid to bring a solo laner mid to just force JDG back. Otherwise, the game is just going to stay like this.
Trying to gather themselves at this point in time.
Like having Jax run mid
KT,
here or
like,
something.
When they see, for example, someone on red buff with the ward, they need to try and pull the trigger. Keen did
Drake and
invest his
20,
ultimate,
easy objective.
So should be waiting for them to come up as
See how
are
JDG,
looking for an engager, and
they pull their
you
solo
see
lanes
as
mid a
well,
lot.
JDG actually hold
KT's
on
not doing
pretty
that.
decently to the vision that they have, which means that KT can't use the fact that BDD and Keen both are hard winning inside.
Yeah, and I think the problem is as well, BDD is just hard pushing this wave a little bit too much. I think you need to sync up your waves so you can actually try and get that with mid and top and the same timer to
Wee,
invade on
nice
top
damage.
side. We haven't got that.
Oh,
now
my
we've
God.
got a dragon, and now we got an
Here comes the
opportunity
dragon
for
start.
JDG.
No way
Look for
JDG
something
fights this Drake, right?
to attack them.
Free item.
Surely not.
Keen also lurking here as 369 takes down the chickens. still feeling like it's on a knife's edge.
Nah, they're pinging top.
It's going to be second Drake for KT. Soul point opportunity, but of course JDG, not a lot of control of the river right now. I think giving it up is probably
clears.
the right move. Let's fight another day. Or look to try and set up around this Baron.
Bro, these Aphelios items are scary.
I think KT have played this incredibly well. It's like, hey, look, 369 is an action contestant.
Here comes the blue.
Right, let's just go and take Dragon. As long as we can keep the 4v4 or at least 3v3 made in our favor, they can't really...
When does KT do Baron? Yo, chat, reset. Everyone spam 6. Chat, reset quick. Everyone spam 6.
Get some vision, but not having control over mid or top.
Stop being degenerate. Take a second to reflect on what you're spamming and don't do that. You're weird. Don't do that. Stop being weird.
Grabbing himself a stopwatch here, going to be very useful in the next team fight. Having a look at Knight does.
Some people in chat are really funny. They're like, oh, streamer says spam 6, I'm gonna write 3.
We were having a discussion about Orianna runes around the place yesterday. Did see some different options, but with the Shadow Flame, really like the Luden's choice here to make sure that these shockwaves pack as much punch as possible.
And Knight he's going to be looking for aiming, right? If he hits a shockwave, if they're able to actually lock down aiming, even with how strong Keen and BDD are, you got to imagine that at least one of 369 Knight will really
When is
be
EU
able
playing?
to survive the fight
Next year.
and go from there. Do know
chat.
also
Next year's the year.
Knight's
Trust
Vow
me.
on Cuz, which I assume has been put aiming to try and keep him alive throughout the initial burst that might come through from JDG.
They're bearing down on this very, very
See, they bring Soul into mid a lot.
injured.
This is not really doing it. I mean, I guess Akali doesn't have much threat on mid range, but they can push them back and look for a Baron start soon. I don't know, KT is... I feel like if this was flipped, JDG would have started Nash about 4 times now.
Control Ward goes down. BDD, I think, knows that there are a few too many bad guys over that wall. He's going to go away. JDG gets some control of their topside jungle. Maybe just for a moment, though, as Cuz looking to clear it out immediately. Vision coming through here as
Looking for a pick on Akali?
Looking for these angles. BDD might be the target. You can really feel it. JDG just trying to find someone.
Here we go.
That's caught out of position.
This isn't the best setup, but we'll allow it.
Get that one pick to try.
Where is Jax TPing? It's gone. JDG don't think they're on it. They're on it, JDG, they're on it.
Teleport's going to come in. Can Cuz manage to lock this down?
Okay, thank God, Cuz. Go on. Get him, BDD. Yes! Yes! No flash, Orianna! BDD! Yes! That's it! Now this game's done.
KT are smurfing on JDG in this
Holy
game.
fuck.
Slowing down the pace, keeping control of the map, and picking up the Baron in the face of Kanavi. They may actually look to end it here.
I feel nothing. This is nothing happening as they push on forward.
I don't know if they can end. Maybe they can. 20 seconds on Orianna. Wait, hold up. They're going for it. It's over. Is it over? Ruler's dead. Oh, aiming. Oh, aiming. Holy fuck, what a game. Holy shit.
Just getting started now, though.
And KT leads the series.
Red side win, game 1.
The clear underdog coming in. It's just a
Red
single
side
game.
win, game 1.
It does mean that the series might not be
This
going
is not gonna happen,
the
right?
way that
Is this gonna happen?
Some people expect the KT
Is this
team
gonna
that
happen?
thrives when the expectations are low and coming in to today, they definitely are. Still should be. I want to stress that.
I will say though, I mean, a win on
Is
Red
this gonna
side,
happen?
A win that came through off of being able to manage Kanavi because tracking him incredibly well.
Are my
being able
pick'ems
to
gonna be
find
blessed?
Success in that top side and matching a lot of those plays, giving the kills across. Like this is KT came to play and JDG were caught off guard.
Yeah, I'm still a little bit gobsmacked, but ladies and gentlemen, throughout Worlds, we're teaming up with Amazon Web Services for a new campaign called Take the Drake for Water's Sake. For every ocean drake taken, AWS will make a donation to water.org. Our goal is
Okay,
to
it's
help
one game.
Water.org bring
There's 2
clean
more.
water to more than
We need to slowly get
70,000
there.
plus people. Currently, 34 ocean
How much? I bet you 5 gifted subs, JDG chooses red side.
began and there was an ocean soul today. Absolutely fantastic. And now it is time to head it over to the post-match and see what the KT fans are managing to do with themselves at this point in time.
They have calmed down a little bit. moments ago, this platform was shaking a lot, wasn't it?
From nerves.
From nerves?
That was me shaking my leg.
I'm not saying anything. It's just a visceral reaction to what happened. But, I mean, for the underdogs, what a great start, Laura.
Damn.
Yeah, intriguing approach. Both in
It's just game one.
game.
Just game
I
one.
think it's going to be that explosive. And
You're
I
off,
really
right?
like the approach JDG because really they play
I'm going to the bathroom real quick and grab a drink from upstairs.
But also onto what made them strong
So I'll be back
this
in,
summer
like,
in the LC game.
Yeah,
3
and
minutes.
as we pull up the draft, I think the big thing here was definitely Cuz's early game. Like, we didn't really mention it at
Why are you
the
writing
top of the
07?
show, but I actually think Cuz has been the best performing learner here thus far.
Cuz
and the
smurfed
way,
that game.
like how
BRB 1
instrumental
sec.
he is to KT's early
BRB 1
game
sec.
on something like the Sedge. We saw him going top over and over again, and even when those like skirmishes and fights didn't necessarily work out the way that they wanted, it did set up Keen for success later on in the game, and combining that Sedge Jax combo was really, really good for KT.
And that's not something that I expected, right? Because we've been talking about how they should set up aiming, especially in the bot lane. I love the Aphelios approach here. I had doubts as to Lehens would be able to match up into this kind of scenario against JDG's bot lane. But you know that when you're going to play this Jax Sejuani, you're going to have to pass top lane. I had some doubts at first because they set up one dive, don't go for it. JDG get the upper hand here, but they kept on coming again. And even though Cuz was the one getting the resources, they managed to fuel onto Keen in the end. And I think this is when things change, Emily, because they have to play in reaction when they should have the upper hand. And in the end, yeah, Keen doesn't end up having the kills, but he wasn't too far behind.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think what JDG would have wanted from this top side, despite the fact that it was split map and JDG had the bot side while KT had top, was the fact that they were still able to get some things out of this trade. So the Renekton never felt like he was super far ahead. And when it got to mid and late game, no one could stand up to this Jax in side lanes. And also no one could stand up to BDD's Akali once he got going.
Yeah, exactly. They had side lane prio in both lanes, but this game, I just love the confidence coming out from KT because they scrapped with JDG at every single turn. They did not back away from a team that is considered the best in the world at this kind of game. They just went at them again and again and again.
Yeah, and I think the important thing for me is that it comes in these small skirmishes, right? And not the 5v5 fights. They didn't really contest JDG in massive 5v5s until they were set ahead from these skirmishes.
And I think what is important then is that when it did come to bigger fights, KT was still ready, even though everyone was going for aiming. They wanted to kind of stop the fight from KT before it even started, but that was not successful.
Exactly. It all came down to this third dragon fight here. JDG, we're losing out on some skirmishes, but they had grabbed the first 2 dragons, and to set this up, it was going to be all about aiming. You look at the summoners, he's missing his flash. He was over on this side. He does actually have the cleanse available, but we're going to roll this, and you can see where 369 is coming. 369 had his flash available. Missing also had his flash available. I'm sorry it doesn't actually show that, but it's all about the plan to actually burst down the AD carry here, and we're going to see how JDG try to execute on this, on how KT are going to be able to handle it. So 369 on the flank, he has it swept out. Flash stun right there immediately, and then watch as Missing is going to pile in. They're all going to be going for the backline here to try to take down Aiming. But look at the Gale Force, creates the space. The knock up from the Lulu as well. Aiming pulls back, and they can only really knock down the Hens. And you see on the other side, look at BDD, look at Keen, crushing Knight, who's trying to follow up on this play. He's trying to stay connected with his Recon to get back there so he can land a shockwave on this AD carry. They full set it on him, but they can't actually connect. And then once Aiming finds this moment to reset, JDG try to pull back into this area up here, but look at this ulti that's coming through from the Aphelios. Look at BDD that's flanking from the other side. Keen coming up as well. Lehans has escaped. And JDG gets straight up out-team fought by KT. They win the fight, they get the dragon, they stop the march to Seoul. And to me, this was the game-defining moment. And this is the moment that I sat up in my chair and I'm like, they can take JDG in a series if they can keep playing like this.
And that's really what I like compared to the games that they played previously in the Swiss stage, where this was specific around objective setup, that they were playing sloppy. They were like, okay, they got the early game, they got the mid game, but they can turn everything onto a sloppy fight. But here, they take care of the vision. They're really clean in the way they approach the fights and the flanks, and more than anything, they play to their comp strength, which is something they haven't been doing all the time.
They played very well throughout the entire game. Emily, we were looking at the post-game breakdown as we relay that JDG has selected the blue side going forward.
Yeah, And I think the big thing here, you can also see it, is that Jax for Keen, right? We saw it, you pointed it out in the fight, Azale. One of the big difference makers in that was not only that they were able to keep aiming alive with the Lulu ult, but also the fact that Jax just jumped onto Knight, chunks him below half health, I believe, and that essentially separates the fight in a really bad way for JDG. So they were using that advantage they did get topside from the split map pressure to be able to win that 5v5.
Even though KT were the underdogs and we were keeping the fans from getting a certain E-word, maybe we are a little. It's KT that draw first blood in this best of 5 over JDG.
I'm
We'll
excited.
take a quick break. I'm also
Get
excited.
outta here.
We'll be right back. So.
Song of Nunu. The Song of Nunu. La la la. That's the song. Spoiler. You don't have to.
A team
You have to ask
against a
now.
king. Seeing against believing. A moment against a moment for the ages.
La la la.
Countless battles. One arena.
I went to the T1 cafeteria upstairs just to get a drink, but they had some fried chicken there. So I got to get me some fried chickens when it's available. So I took a few bites. I took a few, and it's delicious. It's crazy. I didn't want to eat longer though, but that was delicious. That was some tasty ass sheep. JDG picked blue side, 5 subs. Really? There you go. There you go. There's your 5 gifted rats. Alright, holy heckers, I'm hyped now. I didn't say I was 500. That is a lie. That is just a lie. That is literally a lie. Oh, it's a banger song. Is there new merch out? Are you asking me to plug? There is a website called KatoStore.com where you can get 3 exclusive t-shirts during Worlds only, and there are some cool mugs as well, which are very high quality. KatoStore.com if you want to check it out. Only available during Worlds. I'm gonna do a proper, like a bigger one later next year, but that's only the Worlds one, small one. La 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 la! Shut the fuck up! Yeah, it's global. Why does my chat want to sell me out and letting me sell out? Explain to me how they're high quality. Well, everyone who bought one said the material was really cool. Now what, idiot?